Ever wonder if feminism and economics are speaking the same language? Like, do they even understand each other?
Yeah,
We're going to find out today.
we are.
Our deep dive today takes us right to the heart of that question.
Okay.
That sometimes surprising relationship between feminist thought and the world of political economy.
And it is a surprising relationship. Right. Yeah, full of twists and turns.
We're diving into an essay today called Feminist Theory and Political Economy Toward a Friendly Alliance
Okay.
by H. Leslie Steeves and Janet Wasco.
Mm-hmm.
Even the title has this playful tension, don't you think?
Yeah.
Can these two fields, both passionate about equality,
Yeah.
but with such different toolkits,
Totally.
actually be?
Friends.
Yeah.
That's the question, right? That's the million-dollar question the essay grapples with.
Yeah, and it starts by unpacking this intriguing common ground
Okay.
between feminists and political economists.
Yeah.
Think of it like this. They both walk into a room,
Okay.
and at first glance,
Okay.
they seem to be on the same page.
Right.
Power imbalances, inequality, these are the issues that really get them fired up.
Yeah, they want to understand not just what's wrong,
Right.
but why it's wrong.
And they're not content to just sit around theorizing, are they?
No, they want to use it.
They want to use their insights to create change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But as the essay points out, it's like they've both chosen different paths to reach the same destination.
Interesting.
Political economists, for instance,
Okay.
often focus their attention on the inner workings of capitalism.
Yeah.
They're dissecting the machinery, trying to pinpoint exactly how it creates and maintains these inequalities.
So they're really zeroing in on that system,
Yeah,
those economic structures.
precisely.
Okay.
Whereas feminists,
Okay.
while also deeply concerned with capitalism, especially as it goes global, cast a wider net.
Okay.
They're interested in power dynamics in all facets of life.
So not just who's got the wealth,
Right.
but who decides what's valuable in the first place.
Exactly.
Who's writing the rules of the game, so to speak.
It's a broader lens, capturing those subtle ways power operates beyond just dollars and cents.
Now, you might be wondering,
Okay.
with such obvious overlaps,
Yeah.
why haven't these fields just merged?
Right.
And that's where this deep dive gets really interesting.
Yeah, it does.
It's like they started on the same path,
Okay.
but took different forks in the road.
A perfect analogy.
Yeah.
See, over time,
Okay.
both fields have gotten more complex, more nuanced,
Right.
but instead of naturally blending together,
Okay.
they've actually evolved along separate lines.
Okay, so walk me through this.
Okay.
Where does the divide really start to show?
Well, the essay points out that traditional political economy and what we call Marxist or socialist feminism, they actually share a common ancestor,
Okay.
Marxist theory.
Because they're both deeply concerned with material conditions.
Yes.
With how access to resources shapes power.
Right on the money.
Yeah.
But here's the twist. The essay argues that Marxist feminism, despite this strong foundation, has actually lost some of its momentum in recent decades.
Now, why would that be?
Yeah.
If it's built on such a solid base.
Yeah. The essay suggests it might be because Marxist feminism, while insightful, sometimes struggles to fully capture the immense diversity of women's experiences. It tends to focus heavily on class and gender, which are undeniably crucial, but it doesn't always fully account for other critical social divisions.
Like race, sexual orientation, ableism, all those layers of identity that intersect.
Exactly. It's about understanding how these different systems of oppression interweave and impact people's lives in unique ways. And that's where the essay argues feminist scholarship has taken a slightly different turn than political economy.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
While political economy tends to keep its focus on those tangible material resources, many feminist scholars have shifted their attention to something a bit more abstract. Discourse and symbols. They're digging into how language, imagery, those cultural narratives we're all swimming in, how all of that contributes to inequality.
So instead of just looking at an unequal pay, they're analyzing the language we use to talk about work, about men and women in the workplace, that kind of thing.
You got it. Think about how certain words carry hidden biases,
Oh, yeah.
or how media can reinforce harmful stereotypes.
Totally.
These things might seem less concrete than economic structures,
Yeah.
but they have a powerful influence on how we experience the world, on what we believe is possible.
It's like the air we breathe.
Yes.
We don't always see it,
Yeah,
but it shapes everything.
precisely.
Yeah.
And that's where we start to see some potential tension between the two fields.
So it's almost like political economy is still talking about the bricks and mortar of inequality.
Right.
While some areas of feminist scholarship are diving into language,
Yeah.
the blueprints,
Yeah.
the very frameworks that shape how we understand those inequalities.
You're capturing it perfectly.
Yeah.
And the essay uses some vivid language to illustrate that contrast.
Okay.
It talks about the shift from focusing on things like low pay and illiteracy to analyzing symbols in texts,
Okay.
like the way gender is portrayed in media. It's
Right.
almost like a shift in emphasis from things to words,
Yeah.
from material reality to cultural narratives.
Okay, I see how that could lead to a bit of a communication gap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like two people trying to talk about the same thing,
Yeah,
using different dialects.
exactly.
They understand each other in theory,
Mm-hmm.
but there's this subtle barrier.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's not that they're inherently opposed or wrong,
Right.
but rather that they have developed distinct ways of understanding and approaching the complexities of inequality.
Okay.
Now, the essay argues that this difference in focus has actually led to a decline in socialist feminism,
Okay.
which is largely based on that Marxist perspective.
So it's like that approach.
Yeah.
The one focusing on material conditions
Mhm.
is taking a back seat.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the crucial point. The authors of the essay aren't saying that one approach is right and the other is wrong. They're actually advocating for a more nuanced, collaborative approach.
Right.
They're calling for mutual respect and a friendly alliance between these two fields.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about picking sides,
Yeah.
but recognizing the value of both perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though they might use different tools,
Right.
they're ultimately working towards the same goal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that they're both pieces of a larger puzzle.
Okay.
Political economy can illuminate the economic forces that drive inequality,
Right.
while feminist scholarship can shed light on the cultural and symbolic frameworks that reinforce those inequalities.
It's almost like they need each other to create a complete picture. So why should someone listening to this,
Yeah.
who might not be an expert in either field,
Okay.
even care about this theoretical debate?
Mm-hmm.
Why should they be invested in this friendly alliance?
That's a fantastic question.
Okay.
And it's at the heart of this whole deep dive.
Right.
Ultimately, understanding these different perspectives is crucial for analyzing the complex social issues we face today.
Right.
Whether it's the wage gap, gender representation in media, or any number of other inequalities,
Yeah.
these issues are multi-layered.
It's like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with only half the pieces.
Yes.
You need both the material and the discursive pieces to see the full picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we only focus on economic structures, we might miss the subtle ways that language and cultural norms reinforce those structures.
Right.
And if we only focus on discourse, we might miss the very real material consequences of those discourses.
It's like the chicken and the egg.
Mm-hmm.
You need to understand both sides to see how they work together.
That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
And I think that's something the essay drives home really effectively.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about understanding the problems,
Right.
but about understanding the multifaceted nature of the problems.
So the essay makes a compelling case for this friendly alliance,
Mm-hmm.
but can it actually work?
Yeah.
Can these two fields with their distinct approaches truly be friends,
Mm-hmm.
or are they always going to be operating in separate spheres?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's something the essay leaves us pondering.
Mm-hmm.
And make it clear that both feminist and political economy analyses are necessary if we want to create a more just and equitable world.
Right.
But,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like
right,
it's almost like they're handing us this challenge, right?
yeah.
Can these two fields with their very different lenses actually find a way to work together?
It's a challenge worth tackling,
Right.
because
Yeah.
imagine the possibilities if we could truly bridge this gap.
Yeah.
If we could combine the sharp focus of political economy with the nuanced insights of feminist thought.
We'd have this powerful new framework for understanding and dismantling inequality.
Exactly. And it wouldn't just be about describing the problems,
Right.
but about developing much more effective solutions.
And that's what it's all about.
Right.
Turning knowledge into action.
Absolutely. And I think that's a great point to underscore.
Yeah.
This deep dive.
Yeah.
It's definitely revealed some tensions, some real differences in perspective between feminism and political economy.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it's also shown us that they aren't fundamentally at odds.
Exactly. They're both driven by this shared commitment to creating a more just and equitable world.
And that's a powerful reminder, I think, that sometimes the most fruitful alliances come from unexpected places.
That's right.
Like they're two pieces of a puzzle that fit together in a way you might not expect. So as you go about your day today, think about the insights we've uncovered here.
Okay.
How can you apply this dual lens, the material and the discursive, to the challenges you see around you?
How can you be a bridge builder, forging connections between these different ways of seeing the world?
Because maybe, just maybe, that's how we start to create real and lasting change.
That's a great place to end.
Yeah, thanks for diving in with me today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.